watercolor I'm working on here. It's a pen drawing. It's a drawing from a drawing. You can see the original in the background, which is graphite over here. This is a copy and pen. And I'm working in part from that drawing and in part from a reference photo. I've got a wash I'm working on with crimson, ultramarine, and a little yellow ochre. And I'm gonna need to stop talking so I can figure out my next move. So I am looking over at my reference image, and I think what I'm gonna go for next, I'm kind of liking how this wash is looking, and I think I'm gonna see if I can just keep working it up, and I'm gonna see if I can work in some of those darks, these dark areas down here in the image, work up the volume. So don't fret. Don't be afraid of watercolor. It is a beautiful medium. It's very malleable. You just have to really know how to work with the fact that it is a water-based medium. So I am going for a little more crimson. You know, I might swap the crimson for, I'm kind of also experimenting with this color set. I don't know if I want to jump all the way to a burnt sienna, but what I'm looking for is a warm that's going to be a little less purpley. We've got, this is just red. Let's see what this red will do for us. Okay, so we've got this red here. Let's clean the brush. Okay, yeah. So you can already see it's not so much more of orangey red to the purpley red that I've already laid down, but it is definitely more, which is what I want, that slight color variation as I go into these darker values. So I'm going to draw this line right like that. Keep that really crisp line in the drawing. Brushwork is very important when you are working with watercolor. You want to be decisive with your brushwork. You will get used to that, oh, you know, it didn't come out the way, you know, I thought it would, and so I'm gonna finicky with it the way you can with, say, acrylic or oils, because you could always build another opaque layer on top. You'll get used to it didn't come out the way I thought it would. And when you are able to not react to that, that's where you can really get at the beauty of watercolor. And I am gonna go even a touch right there, where it's so beautiful when you squeeze it fresh from the tube. Beautiful watercolor. Let's see, so I got more of that, and I'm gonna try this other ultramarine, I think. So I lost the wash, by which I mean the layer, the wet layer that I was working within has dried. The paper is still damp, however. So I'm just gonna keep going and getting in more of these dark values down here. What's great about this is it's actually a pretty simple drawing, which is why I was so excited to give it a try with the watercolor. So I'm gonna come up here, and I want it to be, wow, that color is amazing. Yeah, a little more. I'm not sure. I might change my mind, but this is just for now, just to get a sense of that color and value shift to up here. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna put that here. And then, oh, and it is what I'm really excited about is, I think, the way I'm seeing this develop, which is gonna be, oh, it's gonna be a real challenge, but it'll be really beautiful if I pull it off, is to actually go almost into these blues for the shadow. Like up here, there's this really deep shadow in this metal lantern object, and it's so beautiful and unique because it really is, it looks, the metal is really in the shadow there. It's really almost very blue. That's fine. I'm not gonna finesse the drawing for now. And then actually in these lights in the wall behind the lantern, there's a light source here, which you can just see, which is this side of this lamp. And then there's actually a second light source off the picture, which are quite warm. And then here in these midtones are all these really beautiful reds and purples.